it's Ben, and this is my culture project. So let's get to it. First of all, I'm gonna name the name of my civilization, which is Sheep Forest, because of the abundance of sheep. It is in Spokane, Washington, USA, and the coordinates are 47 degrees north and 117 degrees west. Okay, now for resources. There's a lot of resources here, such as coal ore, which can be found in the mines here, and there's also an abundance of oak trees and a few birch trees. There is also a lot of sheep and lamb, and there's also some cattle, such as pigs and cows. So there is clay and a lot of wood, and there is some stone, and also the river right here is the main water supply for the civilization. Is what they use for water, and there's also crops like potatoes and carrots. Okay, the main food here is lamb and sheep, but there is cows and pigs here that also help with food. Also, like I said earlier, there's crops, and every meal, the whole village eats at this one table outside. Unless it's raining, they eat inside with their families. And as tradition, they let the old and the sick take the first bite. Okay. When they cook the food, it is usually done in this little cooking room right over here, which is house. They have clay. There's clay ovens and also water that you can boil. And they can make a lot of food. In there is where they make all their food. Okay, so and they also use coal to power the clay ovens. Okay, for clothing, the main thing they use is wool from all of the sheep, which helps you for keeping warm. But they do use leather too, which is more of a summer clothes to keep you a little cooler. The wool clothes are usually kind of fluffy, and the leather is a little skinnier. And on special occasions like weddings, there there's the clothes is made out of the same material but is woven much nicer, and it's more high quality. Okay, family. The man runs the family by tradition. There and the elderly have child care to take care of the child and teach them some basic facts and ways to do jobs. And the men, they hunt and protect. They hunt and they protect furthers, and the women, they make the food, and they also farm the crops. Okay, for shelter, an average house is about this size. It depends how many people live there on how many beds there is. If it's a large family, there's many beds. Usually up to 4 people can live in one house, but they're not too big because everyone in my civilization usually spends most of their time outside, and not a lot of time inside, because of a lot of work, and there's really not much to do in the house. The house is usually contain some beds, a chest, a store, and a table or two. Nothing much. So what's next? The education. Okay, there is a schoolhouse over here for education, which contains of some desks and chairs. Not too many. It's not too big. It has 2 floors and a teacher's desk. Also upstairs, there's another um room for more teaching, just to kind of like just teach about like new kind of like numbers, like more like how far to shoot a bow, or how far can a bow shoot, kind of like number involving problems that you might face while when doing a common job. But also, like I said earlier, elderly and also anyone that has mastered these jobs can teach. Okay, so um, transportation. Um, in our cattle farm, we have a lot of sheep's, cows, and pigs. So a way to move a large stuff a short distance is by putting it all on either a sheep or a cow's back, and then walking it to the place with a leash. But also, if you ever need to take some stuff and go long places, you could use a horse. In my civilization, we put blankets on the horse, right where we sit, and you can also put a small amount of stuff onto the horse. Also, for boats, um, boats can also go down the small river that's here at the dock. They can go down to take stuff places down the river, or bring it back up, bring supplies back up, and that's pretty much what the transportation does. Okay, for the government, my civilization has a theocracy government, which means that the priest or the religious leader is in charge, um, and the way they pick a leader is by vote. Anyone can run above the age 20, and and they are picked by vote. Everyone 15 and older in my civilization can vote. They can only vote once. But when they're picked, they are the priest, so they have to know how to do religious work. And this is the church. And up here is where the priest slash leader would live. Okay, and also laws. If you break some major laws, um, are no stealing cattle, always asking the priest slash leader, because you're not allowed to do anything that you don't know particularly about without authority, and no stealing horses. If you break any of these laws, the sentence would be quadrupling with the jobs, which is a lot of jobs. And if you don't finish those, they will keep stacking up every week. You quadruple the jobs per week, and if you don't finish them, they stack up, and eventually you will have too many jobs to do anything. And you'll always have to finish those off. Else you'll start losing food privileges and a lot of other privileges. If you break a minor law, you get double the jobs, which is still a lot of jobs. And now, finally, traditions. A tradition that they have every year on November 18th, there is Oak Day to celebrate how lucky they are to have so many oaks. And the most popular game is Tree Chopper, where the rules are just chop as many trees down as you can get and get as much wood as you can. And the only thing you need to do this is some axes and a whole lot of trees. Also another fun game people like to play on Oak Day is having a contest where you get 2 hours to build the best thing you can out of oak wood, and that's a contest, and people can vote. So that pretty much wraps it up. So thanks for listening to my presentation. Bye.